Hey guys, I basically filmed or I started filming this because I wanted to get the raw and real footage of how I feel exactly in the moment. I don't want to create content sharing my experiences and not detailing exactly how I feel. I want to make sure I document every single thing to make sure that other women that are experiencing these situations don't feel left alone, don't feel like they're by themselves. Actually, I'm actually pumping right now and I'm here crying. I'm talking to my husband. He actually went out to get breastfeeding cookies for me because right now I'm 15 days in. My baby is currently 15 days old and I am struggling with postpartum depression. Now, whenever I tried to, during my pregnancy, I read about postpartum depression and how it affects you. And I'm like, why would you be depressed? Sorry, she's sleeping. So yeah, I read about postpartum depression and women that struggle from. I'm like, why are you having postpartum depression? You have this beautiful baby. You shouldn't be angry. You shouldn't be upset. But then I get my child and I start to realize what postpartum depression is. Postpartum depression is not a day of you feeling like overwhelmed or anything. It creeps on you. Let me explain this from my perspective. I've had my baby for the past 15 days. On the first day, I was overwhelmed because of my CS surgery, and I didn't want to hold my child in the first couple of hours because I was in a lot of pain and I didn't want to look at her, I didn't want to hold her. I was crying because of the pain. I kept asking myself, what in God's name did I do to my body? Like why am I feeling this pain? This pain is, I can't explain that CS pain. It just feels like it's unbelievable. And other than that, I also had a cold, or rather a cough that was leaving, but it was still there. And for mothers that have done CS, you know that pain. Imagine you not having a cough and you cannot cough. They tell you cough, you are in pain. So I was casually doing trying to clear my throat. I can't exactly describe the pain, but I'm here trying to clear my throat and I can't. I am crying. I am screaming in pain. I'm asking my husband to please hold me, please, that I'm in pain. That is that first phase. I dealt with the CS pain and then eventually wanted to hold my child by I gave birth by 7. I held my child for the first time by 3 because I still wanted my skin to skin. I was so adamant on skin to skin during pregnancy that when the moment eventually came, I was like, I can't believe I didn't do skin to skin with my daughter. Like I said, it creeps on you. I didn't want to hold my child. I was in a lot of pain. And then my milk hadn't come in. Now, the major issue with me right now that I feel has triggered the postpartum depression is breastfeeding. Yeah, she's still trying to wake up. So I have struggled with breastfeeding for the past 2 weeks. In as much as they tell you, oh, it's gonna come in, it's gonna come in. My milk eventually came in. It came in after 3 days, and I was feeding my daughter formula for about 3 days. And after that, my milk was coming in for the first week. And then the second week, it stopped. It reduced. The ounces I started to pump were reducing and reducing and reducing to the point where right now, from 2 boobs, I'm not sure if I can show you this, or from, see my stretch marks, from 2 boobs, this is what I can get. And this is frustrating me. So I'm trying to figure out what the next phase is. And for mothers, you know that you hear from our mothers and people and women that you can't keep giving your baby formula because it reduces how smart they are. And this stigma also came with my mom telling me, oh, your sister, I have a sister that's also a YouTuber and she is crazy smart. I can't define how smart my sister is, but she's crazy smart. She's always been a guru, a genius since she was in kindergarten. So my mom explained to me that this is what she did that she believes made my sister smart. She breastfed my sister for a year and she believes that worked. Now, or rather, she fed my sister breast milk for a year and she believes that worked. This stigma is what is hitting me because I'm like, My daughter must be as smart as my sister, because my sister has gone on to, get awards. She's currently on a scholarship in the U.S. full ride. So you can imagine how smart she is. And I'm just like trying to figure out how best this works. Like I said, postpartum depression creeps on you. Now this has made me feel some type of way about my producing. I feel like I don't pump as much as I should. I read that you should pump every 2-3 hours. I'm pumping, like you should pump about 10 to 12 times a day. I'm pumping barely, I barely pump up to 5 times. So I'm beyond stressed out, because for mothers, every pumping session, you have to wash all the things you've used. You have to charge your battery, the machine. Sorry, I need to itch my hair because I'm pumping at the same time. But you need to itch. Oh, see, I said itch. You need to charge the machine that you use to pump and everything. And like I said, it's all overwhelming. I had to get a nanny because at the same time, I'm a perfectionist and I was doing everything myself. My incision was opening. I had to go back to the hospital for them to bandage me up again. My blood pressure shot up. I never had blood pressure issues during my pregnancy. And for me to start having my blood pressure from 127 to 150, 160, it was ridiculous. My feet started to swell. The doctor and the nurses at the hospital were worried that I was starting to have postpartum edema, or postpartum preeclampsia. So I'm currently on high blood pressure meds. When I pee, my bladder hurts. Like every single thing that should trigger you during postpartum, the fourth trimester, is what is happening to me. And like I said, postpartum, and my daughter again, postpartum depression creeps on you. It creeps like a demon. It's just right now that I'm discussing it with my husband, I'm starting to feel like I actually have postpartum depression. And this postpartum depression is from me feeling like I'm not giving my daughter, she's up, is from me feeling like I'm not giving my daughter the adequate milk supply, so she's constantly hungry. When I directly breastfeed her, I don't like breastfeeding. Like directly breastfeeding, I hate it. My nipples hurt. I am tired. I am crying when I'm breastfeeding. So it is unbelievable. Like right now, I had told my husband I have to pump to make sure I get this supply so that I'm still breastfeeding her. I'm still giving her breast milk rather. Everything is just frustrating. And like I said, I just finished crying. I don't know why I'm not crying again, but I just feel like I want to film and let people know that this thing is real. You might not feel like you'll get it during pregnancy, but during pregnancy, I was like, nah, can never be me. I used to skip through the postpartum depression posts that I used to get, the emails I used to get. I'm like, that can't be me, but I'm here. I'm sitting down, and I feel like I don't like breastfeeding directly. I don't. I feel this guilt and this shame when I can't breastfeed my daughter. Like I want to breastfeed her, but the moment I put her directly, it hurts me. It's like, this is how I describe it to my husband. It feels like I am being tickled. You know how someone is tickling you and you're trying to pull away? Now imagine you being tickled. You're trying to pull away, but you know that if you pull away, this person that you're trying to feed is not going to eat. She's going to be hungry. She's going to be frustrated. She's going to get sick if she keeps crying. So you're forcing yourself to be tickled, like letting someone tickle you and you are in pain. That is the best way I can describe the feeling of breastfeeding. Like it feels like somebody is tickling me and I am crying from it. I'm in pain from it, but I have to keep putting myself in that situation because she needs to eat. I just want to share this. I'm speaking to my husband about it. We're trying to get help from people because I don't feel like the older generation can help. They don't understand what it means to struggle with this because they feel like, oh, you've done it, so you can do it as well. Nah, I think our generation is like, this is real. We need to acknowledge it. We need to make it a norm for women to say, I don't want to breastfeed directly. I want to bottle feed my child. I want to make sure that she's getting the adequate nutrients without harming myself. Like right now, my husband is telling me, take a break, take a break. But I know that if I take a break, I have to give her formula. And I don't want to give her formula because I want my child to be smart. I want her brain to develop naturally the right way. I don't want the milk that has been, engineered by scientists to be given to her. Like, this is just my intuition and my own mentality. I was very headstrong about it from pregnancy. I'm just trying to keep up to what I want right now. So yes, Val, I'm like, yes, I'm trying to film the raw footage. I hope I explained it properly so that this helps a lot of mothers out there to make sure that they feel like they're not alone. Make sure they feel like this thing is normal. This thing you're feeling is normal. You don't have to feel like crap because you can't breastfeed your child directly, or your milk is not coming in, or blah, blah, blah. In fact, my milk came in, my milk supply is reducing. I'm currently eating the milk boosters, breastfeeding cookies, and breastfeeding chocolate drink. I'm drinking Milo. I'm drinking Pap Ogi, for those of you that know what Ogi is. I'm drinking that. I am drinking raw milk. Trying to do everything that I feel like is possible to increase my breast supply because, like I said, it's reducing. So this is all what's adding to my postpartum depression. But yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to get help, and hopefully, like I said, this video helps somebody. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and keep watching. Bye, guys.